Well, in this era of AI, social media algorithms, foreign interference, and alternative facts, actual facts are essential. And while we're bombarded by information daily, we know not everything we see or hear is real. So with our country's sovereignty on the line, in the middle, of course, of an important election, a group of volunteers has joined forces to fact-check what's being said about Canada and Canadians. And one of the people behind GetFact is Kevin Newman, and he joined us live this morning as GetFact kind of does the hard launch. You've got a little bit underway already, Kevin, but let's talk about this whole idea about GetFact, the concept behind this, and why you and this group of people decided to start it up.
Well, like a lot of Canadians, it was the wake-up call of Donald Trump when he all of a sudden said, like, Canada, I have you in my sights. A group of us thought, this is getting serious. We're now suddenly in play. And Canada's always been a source of and a target for misinformation from foreign actors before, but never before like we're likely about to be over the sovereignty of the country. So put out a message on LinkedIn, said, hey, creative Canadians, journalists, military veterans, sort of basically my network.
Yeah.
Do you want to do something? And so 7 weeks later, this is what we've done.
So what have you actually come up with? If I go to GetFact.ca, what am I going to see? What can I learn?
You're going to see a portal that will give you tools to figure out what is fact and what is not. Because one of the things that I heard anyway, and I'm sure you've heard it too, is like, I don't know what to believe anymore.
Right.
There's so much information out there. I don't know whether, this is a fact or this is not a fact. So we've got 4 ways to figure that out. One is by competing on TikTok and Stitch and other platforms where misinformation is spread. That's something that hasn't existed before. But the really cool thing is we've created a fact-checking bot.
Yeah.
I've been immersing myself in LLMs, and we got this great team up in Ottawa, Distill Mobile, who's been helping us with that. And what we're hoping is, and we called her Laura for Laura Secord, the heroine of the War of 1812, which I thought was kind of kitschy.
Like it.
And what we're hoping is if we give people the tool to be able to put a story into Laura, that it will help them understand what in that story is verified information, what is not verified, and what needs more context.
Kevin, you're a former journalist, retired journalist. You dealt with a lot of information, and there's such a flow of it, an avalanche of it on a daily basis. We often say around the newsroom, sometimes it's hard for us to distinguish real news from fake news. How concerned are you about the environment we're in right now, in the fact that there's just this avalanche every day, it's coming through your feeds, and you can't, in some ways, even reasonably intelligent people who deal with this daily deal with it?
Nick, I think we've lost the definition of news. I think there are a lot of people in Canada who would think I am better informed than I've ever been because of all the information and stuff that's coming on social media. And so a bit like Xerox lost what it meant to be the word photocopier, we've kind of lost what news means. And so what we decided to do as a group was to surround facts. You can argue about truth. I think truth is something that is harder to prove. But, if 3 people see a tree fall in a forest, the tree has fallen in the forest. So what this bot does and what we try to do is verify facts in multiple sources, kind of like we've done as journalists our whole lives. And we're trying to give people the tool to be able to do it in their own life.
That's key here, right? This is not just the GetFact, people saying this is the facts. This is your opportunity to go there and use GetFact as a way of verifying.
Well, and to learn about fact checking.
Yeah.
Because it's not a skill that's taught in school. And some people think fact checking is the headline and then seeing if there's another headline that's like it. But it takes more knowledge. It takes more research. And if you don't have the time, which most of us don't, GetFact.ca will give you the tool that'll be just on your smartphone. It'll be on your website, wherever, that if you doubt, you can put it in there and you can find out whether your doubt is real.
Because it's so nefarious how it's done, right? I mean, they can mock up, CTV, CB24, other mainstream journalists.
We've seen it this election campaign.
It's really frightening how this happens here. And it's crafty because at a quick glance, it's hard to actually know. What should people look out for specifically, Kevin, when they see, is it just that it's too good to be true or I've never heard this before? How would you advise?
A byline, for instance, like somebody that has attached their name to the content that you're seeing. If it's just by, Daily News Inc. or something like that, chances are it's not real. So if a real human person has put their imprint on it, chances are it's been verified and it's real because that real human person could be sued if it's not. So I think that's the easiest one, number one. And number two, if you have a little bit of doubt in the back of your mind, doubt it and then go about and check it. And if you don't know else how to check it, GetFact.
Yeah, what do they say? A lie goes around the world faster than the truth comes back, or something along those lines.
Is that yours? Did you come up with that?
I didn't, but there is a lie. Really quickly, you've had a podcast as well that's connected to GetFact. Tell us about this. I listened to the first episode.
Yeah, it's just a little bit deeper thinking. So if we're trying to surround ourselves with fact, we're going to have a tool. We're going to have content on TikTok, which launches today. And we have a podcast if you want longer conversation about it with really smart people. And I just think we have to, as a society, as we move into this challenge to our sovereignty, We need to be better armed and better informed, and hopefully this helps.
I'm sure GetFact will. Kevin Newman, always appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Good to see you.
Twins, man.
That's too funny. All right, thank you so much, Kevin.